This is Tina Knowles. She goes by TK Knowles on her YouTube channel. And she's madder than hell. How dare these politicians offer Kyle Rittenhouse an internship when they could hire her instead? Get ready, guys. This is going to be fun. Hello out there. I am trying to get through.
With his powerful brainwaves cradled in the warmth of reasoning, it's time for Johnny Walker Dread to straighten you out on a thing or two. Emanating all the way from exciting Las Vegas, Oklahoma, it's the Johnny Walker Dread Show.
Okay, Tina. Tell us your story.
I'm just gonna get right to it. I want you guys to know that I think that Kyle Rittenhouse is a murderer. Now, I know most of y'all gonna say, pump your brakes, sis.
Pump your brakes, sis. You're right. That's exactly what we're going to say.
The judges said something different. The facts are saying something different.
That's right. The judge said something different. The facts said something different. And the jury said something different. But don't let that stop you.
I understand where you're going to go with this. But my facts and my documents are saying something different as well.
My facts are saying something different as well. Gee, I didn't know that facts were personal like that.
Check the check maker, and guess what they did? They fired me. Sometimes they allow cases to go through or deny cases just to make a political statement, just to show that they're head honchos. Sometimes these judges don't always do what's right. I'm just saying. But anyhow.
So she got fired from the Department of Veteran Affairs. She was a case manager, probably went out and checked up on the children of veterans or perhaps the aging veterans. I don't know, but whatever the case, she got fired and she's hopping mad about it. And she even has a video on why she got fired. And by watching that video, I get the impression that she sort of admits that she screwed up. Whatever the case, her mouth couldn't have helped.
Right now, I'm not going to talk about me. I'm talking about Kyle Rittenhouse. I want you guys to understand something. Homeboy didn't just leave out his house and go down the street. He crossed state lines. That means he had to get the permission from his parent.
Yep. She's right there. The Red River game in Dallas, drive down across the Red River. And, you know, we had Checkpoint Charlie there. They would pull us over and we had to get everybody out because they were checking to see if there were any minors on board who didn't have parental consent to travel into Texas. Happens all the time. And poor Kyle Rittenhouse, he lived about a mile from the border. Man, as soon as he turned his car north, he had to go through this crap. Having to have his passport and his license and his parental permission slips handy for the officer.
Okay, my question is, once he crossed some state lines, why didn't DCF get involved? That's neglect. Honey, I used to work with children and families.
Oh, there's a scary thought. She used to work with children and families, and I'm sure they appreciated you.
I used to be a case manager. I used to travel around. I used to go into the criminal justice system. I used to go into the court system. I used to go to the jails. I used to have to visit parents who would neglect their children.
That's very much like what happened with Kyle. Yeah.
And this is an event of neglect. Not only was he underage, he was underage carrying a firearm.
Okay, so if he wasn't carrying a firearm, he would still be underage for what?
You know what I'm talking about? He wanted to supervise an event. Homeboy, why didn't you call the popo? You know what I'm saying? The police is available.
Why didn't you call the popo? You're a professional case manager and you call the police the popo. All right.
You know what I'm saying? If you felt like there was going to be any type of imminent threat, you could have called some type of an emergency. And
I'm sure that would have been a very interesting phone call. This is dispatch 911. What is your emergency? I'm being chased by a raving lunatic who threatened to kill me earlier in the evening. He's going to catch up to me. What do I do? Well, can you stop the threat? Do you have a rock? Something you could hit him with? No, I don't have any rocks or anything I can hit him with. There is a stick over here, but it's not really very big. Oh, by the way, I'm carrying an AR-15 rifle with 30 rounds. Well, why don't you shoot him with it? That's how that conversation would have went. And then later, they would have got another phone call. This is Kyle, and there's a whole mob chasing me. What do I do? Wait, are you the kid that called about the lunatic that was chasing you? Yes, it was me. Do you still have the rifle? Yes. Why don't you shoot the sons of bitches with it? That's how that conversation would have went.
And you did not do that. Number two, I want you guys to also understand, once he shot those people, he crossed state lines, shot 2 people.
Once he shot those people, he crossed state lines and shot 2 people. Okay. She's got all her facts together. I mean, she's studied this case so intensely, and that's her conclusion.
Nobody didn't call and get no mental health. Why didn't he get to check in? Why wasn't he checking in to anything?
Why wasn't he checking into a mental health clinic? Okay. Probably because he would have encountered somebody like you. It's safer being out on the streets in Kenosha than checking into a mental health clinic when somebody like you is in there.
He shot 2 people. Do you understand that? And most people gonna say, well, sister, I don't even know why you so passionate. They weren't even black. It don't matter. They were protesting at a Black Lives Matter event.
I see. Okay, so let me get this straight. The arson, thievery, looting, and assaults that went on that night and the night before were not violent criminals. Those were the BLM protesters. I thought that BLM wanted to distance itself from that kind of behavior. I thought that BLM said, no, that's not us doing those things. But if you want to go ahead and lay that on their lap, fine, I don't care. Not my problem.
You know what I'm saying? And he shot them dead. And he didn't have to do a damn day in jail.
That's true if by not a damn day you mean almost 3 months. There's a big misconception out there that Kyle Rittenhouse never served any time. He was in jail for nearly 3 months.
You know, people do more time for marijuana, smoking a little weed.
She should know.
Than he would ever do in his whole fudging life, and I just don't get it. And what's really thriller to
she doesn't get it. It's because of this unjust presumption of innocence thing, and I'm getting tired of this crap. Here's what happens, and it happens all too often. A person is accused of a crime. They go and they have a trial, and then the jury comes back with not guilty, and they let the person go.
To me, is the fact that not only did he shoot and kill people, senators, governors, hell, the damn former president, Donald Trump. Hey, I want to do an internship. I want to intern him. Bruh, you didn't even want to reach out to me.
There you go. I told you. She's pissed off because these people who wanted to bring Kyle in as an intern didn't want to have her as an intern. Yeah, okay. You know what? Kyle is not really internship material. He doesn't have the background for it. Maybe in a couple of years he will. But I would much rather have Kyle as an intern than her. Any day.
I am a former federal employee. I have a master's,
with an emphasis on former.
Bachelor's and associate's degree. Hell, I got letters of recommendations.
She's got letters of recommendation. Oh my God. I mean, those are hard to come by.
I worked my ass off. All my performance improvement plans say that I've done everything that I was supposed to do. And guess what? I was fired.
Well, maybe not all of your performance reviews were that good. That last one was a real zinger.
I can barely pay my bills. I get up every 7 damn days a week and get out there and hustle and make sure my bills get paid the right way. You know what I'm saying? And I just can't imagine, I can't fathom that a man who has killed, because he's a grown man now, they're throwing lavish events for him. You know, celebrity events for him. You know what I'm saying? Just giving him some type of an applause. And I worked my ass off. And won't even reach out and say, hey, Tanya, we were wrong. Let's correct it.
You're right. You're right. They're probably not going to reach out to you and tell you that they were wrong. Gee, I can't imagine why.
This issue. That is just so damn interesting to me. That's interesting to me. Honey, I want you guys to understand something. This, what's happening right now, is called white supremacy. And I don't, like I said before in one of my other videos, I don't want to hear nobody out there saying, well, sis, you coming across a little racist now. It's coming across what kind of...
Yeah, you're coming off a little bit racist now.
That's a racist.
That was racist.
Yeah, that's racist.
Oh, that is racist.
Racist. What kind of racist when you say white supremacy? White supremacy means that a person thinks that they are above something else.
No, that's when a white person feels that they are above someone else. When a black person thinks that, that's called black supremacy. And there's also Asian supremacy. And then there's Latino supremacy. Any race can do this. And there are black supremacists. The NFAC coalition is a black supremacist movement. The Moors, they think that you can't even represent them in court unless you're black. So there are plenty of black supremacists in this country. Luckily, the vast majority of black people don't practice it. Just like the vast majority of white people don't practice white supremacy. And we also know that Kyle wasn't a white supremacist. He just simply wasn't. At some point, you're just going to have to come to grips with that fact. Oh, who am I kidding? They don't have to come to grips with it. They can go through the rest of their lives simply denying it.
You know what I'm saying? Above someone else, and it shouldn't. That's what white supremacy is. White supremacy is when he took that gun and he went across state lines. White supremacy is when he took that gun across state lines and shot 2 people. White supremacy is now when he don't have to do a damn day in jail. White supremacy is not only that he's not doing a damn day in jail, he's getting an internship. And guess what? Me as a black woman, I was fired.
Yeah, you were fired. Just because you're a black woman doesn't mean that you can't be fired. And gee, I wonder why companies wouldn't want her on staff.
Barely able to pay my bills. I lost everything that I had. Every little thing that I had, trying to help, trying to make sure that the Department of Veteran Affairs, medical records, privacy department was in order, and I was being punished for doing my job. And
yeah, you know, the best way to get a job in the future is to bash your former employer on YouTube. This is the kind of decision making that probably got her canned in the first place. That and her mouth.
And going above and beyond and doing what was needed, because they wasn't doing it. Management wasn't doing it. Let's look at the facts. The facts are online. But y'all are sitting and...
The facts are all lies? Is that what she said?
Doing a celebrity event for Kyle Rittenhouse. Get out of here. Get out of here. That's white supremacy. Y'all need to call it out, say what it is, and stop it. Because that shit is not right. Period. The end. Well,
okay, so you're gathered around in your boardroom and the question gets thrown out like, do we have enough problems? And somebody says, well, we had enough, but then we got rid of that one asshole, that woke dude. Now we don't have enough. Well, what can we do about that? I know. Let's hire her. We'll get all the problems we want. Dudes, you can get problems for free. You don't have to hire them.
Anyhow, I just want to give y'all my 2 cents on Mr. Kyle Rittenhouse and just how they are throwing all these lavish events for him, which they need to stop. It needs to stop. Y'all really needed to look at them facts in detail and not just look at him crying. Hell, do I need to cry?
I don't know. You need to do something. I don't know what that is. You know, go into a room by yourself and curl into a fetal position and scream. Maybe that's what you need to do, but you need to do something.
Maybe y'all holler, throw me a vent, and say thank you for helping to clean up our department.
Well, we would if we really felt that you helped clean up the department, but guess what? You probably didn't.
And sorry for having you to have all these mental health breakdowns, because you shouldn't have went through that.
Hey, there you go. I'm going to try to get a new job, and I'm going to cut out a video here that's going to tell everybody about my mental health breakdowns. That'll do the trick. Because, you know, companies are out there looking like, what kind of skills and backgrounds and experiences do we want in our future employees? Well, we want them to be hardworking. They need to be flexible, and they need to be creative thinkers, and they need to have mental health breakdowns.
Losing your car, losing your hat, losing your mind. I shouldn't have went through that. But I did. But guess who's getting it? A white supremacist is getting it. And that's not right. Well, anyhow, guys, that's just my 2 cents on Kyle Rittenhouse. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace, love, and happiness. It's your girl, TK. Stay safe, stay blessed, and remember always, darling, mind your motherfucking business.
Let's go back now. Take a look at her facial expressions and her attitudes and think, this person works for me.
You guys enjoyed this video. Peace, love, and happiness. It's your girl, TK. Stay safe, stay blessed, and remember always, darling, mind your motherfucking business. I'm out this bitch. Bye.
Yeah, I need that. It just goes to show you, the anti-Kyles. I've exposed a ton of them on this channel, and they all seem to have the same spiel going on, not knowing the facts, making crazy statements, and just acting like raving lunatics. Like my video and subscribe to my channel.